Okay, let's start. I'm going to talk about Midnight Drive. Okay, well, I remember this story was about a 4-year-old boy who drove his mother's car to a video store. Well, I like this story because I think it's funny and it's an incredible story too. Okay, well, I remember that the boy couldn't reach the pedals, but he switched on the engine and released the brake, and then he moved off. Okay, well, he drove to the store, and when he arrived at the store, he pulled over the car, and he noted that he was closed. Well, the story mentioned that it isn't clear how he was able to brake or change gear. But well, while he was driving, he was seen by the police. And then the police tried to overtake the car, but the police noticed that the car wasn't a driver, so the police decided to follow it. Okay, well, later, the boy's mother said that he had been teaching him how to drive by letting him sit on her knee, and then he steered. And the police didn't plan to charge the boy with reckless driving or driving without a license, but because it was just a boy who was 4 years old, so yeah, it was crazy to do that. Well, another story that we have is On the Road. Well, the title is The Quickest Way to London. Well, this is about a man who was on vacation in Europe, and he was traveling around the southwest of England, and suddenly he received a call home. He received a call from home and telling him that his mother was sick, so he decided to return, and he set off in direction of London. But he also mentioned that he had been driving for an hour, but he didn't see any signpost, and he wanted to know if he was heading on the right way. So he also mentioned that it was a raining day and there was nobody around to ask. So he finally found a tiny village with a grocery store, and he pulled over his car and went inside to ask. And there was an old woman. So he asked her what was the quickest way to London, and the woman first asked him if he was driving, cycling, or walking, and he said that he was driving and his car was outside. But yeah, so the woman just said that driving it was the quickest way to London, and the man thought that it was a kind of joke, and he just said thank you and left the store. And then he took the quickest way home to Chicago. But yeah, I think it's a crazy story too. Well, on the other hand, we have Sleeping in the Car. Well, this is about a man who had been traveling around the USA, and he heard something about the audio delivery. Audio delivery was a company that could put people in touch with car owners who wanted to move their cars without driving them by themselves. But people just have to pay the petrol, and they didn't have to pay any rental. And he also mentioned that he collected a car from Los Angeles, and he was driving it to New York, and he pulled over in a supermarket because he had been driving for many hours, and he wanted to sleep. Well, he also mentioned that when he he also mentioned that he also had been sleeping for 3 minutes when someone went to knock on the window and asked him what time did the store open, and he said that he didn't know. So later another person went to ask him the same question, and he said that he didn't know. So he was desperate, and he wrote in a piece of paper that he didn't know what time the supermarket opened. So later an old woman went to knock the window, and he told her that if she didn't know to read, and that woman said yes, but that woman just went to tell him that the supermarket opened at 9:30. Yeah, I think it was a crazy story too, because he just wanted to sleep a little bit, but it was a problem because people went to ask many times. Yeah, that's it. And that's all I remember about Midnight Drive.